permit me to add my voice to that of the Deputy Attorney General and the Attorney General and Minister of Justice in welcoming all present to this event and to express my gratitude and that of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice for the opportunity given to deliver these brief remarks at this high-level conference on the theme, Revitalizing the Anti-Corruption Architecture in Africa, Ghana's Accountability Journey. Let me commend the Advisory Board, as I did on Monday when they met with me, for undertaking this review mission, which by all standards is a wake-up call not just for anti-corruption agencies in Ghana, but government as well. I want to believe that for the past 4 days, you have succeeded in tracking progress and identified the challenges in implementation of the African Union Convention for the Prevention and Combating of Corruption in Ghana, and that you are in a better position to offer recommendations when you return home. Your Excellencies, distinguished participants, in December every year, the Commission and its partners, consisting of key accountability institutions, civil society, and private sector organizations, usually organize the National Anti-Corruption Action Plan week. This week is often climaxed on the 9th of December with a high-level conference on corruption. As many of you are aware, 9th December is the International Anti-Corruption Day, set aside by the United Nations to celebrate our efforts in fighting corruption. This national high-level conference on corruption is normally graced by His Excellency, the President, and other high-ranking government officials, where the State of Corruption report on Ghana is released. That report often assesses our anti-corruption architecture and the strides and challenges that we have experienced in fighting corruption against our historical anti-corruption journey. We intend this year to do the same come December 9th, 2025. Because of this, my opening remarks will be short. Our views on the anti-corruption journey, which necessarily will touch on this theme, would be elaborated on December 9th, 2025. Suffice it to say, however, that as head of the focal institution for the implementation of the United Nations Convention Against Corruption on CHRAG and the AUCPCC, it is difficult to resist the temptation to make some few remarks on the anti-corruption landscape in Ghana. Excellencies, distinguished participants, as many of you are aware, Ghana has had a checkered history in fighting corruption. From independence, we have engaged in moral crusades, taken draconian measures, set up commissions of inquiries, set up tribunals, engaged in summary trials of persons, and confiscated assets of suspects only to return some of those assets on the coming into being of the Fourth Republican Constitutional Democracy. We have established anti-corruption bodies at the highest level of government. We have engaged in zero tolerance for policies against corruption. In the process, we have had to trample on the fundamental human rights and freedoms of some of our citizens, which necessitated the establishment of the National Reconciliation Committee to take care of the excesses that occurred. I believe that when you make an excursion into the anti-corruption history of sister African countries, you would find examples of the strategies that we in Ghana have adopted in the past. Your Excellencies, in 1992, when the framers of the Constitution created the Commission on Human Rights and gave it tripartite functions of investigating violations of fundamental rights and freedoms, maladministration, and corruption, it was in recognition of the intricate relationship between human rights end corruption, and a recognition also of the fact that our fight against corruption must take into cognizance individual liberties and freedoms, especially in view of some of the excesses that we witnessed under military rule. At the same time, we need to recognize the importance of an independent, impartial, and candid judiciary in our anti-corruption discourse. But sometimes observance of personal liberties come at a price because criminals abuse the system to their personal advantage. Your Excellencies, following the ratification by Ghana of the international instruments such as the ECOWAS Protocol on the fight against corruption in 2003 and the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, UNCAC, in 2005, as well as the African Union Convention on the Prevention and Combating of Corruption in 2007, Ghana adopted in 2014 its first anti-corruption strategy, popularly dubbed the National Anti-Corruption Action Plan, for implementation over a 10-year period. That policy has since expired in December 2024, and we are in the process of developing and adopting a second. The National Anti-Corruption Action Plan contains the policy and institutional framework for fighting corruption built on the three-pronged pillars of prevention, education, capacity building, and deterrence. That is prevention, investigations, and prosecution. These are our building blocks. They are our architecture. Our experience as a country has shown over the years that no one institution can ever successfully win the fight against corruption. Never, it will fail. That no country alone can successfully fight corruption. Again, that country will fail. And that no one regional bloc can successfully fight corruption. It will be a 9-day wonder. There is therefore the need for mutual respect and cooperation domestically, regionally, and internationally at the heart of the anti-corruption fight. 3 days ago, I had the privilege of addressing the Commonwealth Caribbean Association of Anti-Corruption Agencies and Integrity Commissions, and I used the occasion to speak on the importance of synergy that should exist between national, regional, and international bodies in the fight against corruption. This synergy allows us for, 1, information sharing and joint operations between agencies with shared jurisdictional frameworks in real time. Again, it allows us to share tools, platforms, and reduction in duplication of efforts, enhanced detection and investigation of crimes, improved public-private sector and civil society coordination, strengthened institutional integrity and reputation, technical assistance, and finally, harmonized regulatory standards. Your Excellencies, as I bring my brief remarks to an end, this AU Advisory Board mission in Ghana is a key reminder of the importance of international coordination, collaboration, and cooperation in the fight against corruption. I have no doubt in my mind that the feedback from the AUABC on Ghana's review mission would spur us on to achieve greater heights in our anti-corruption journey. In an emerging digital world where young minds matter and where corruption is becoming more and more complex, we need to constantly remind ourselves that no one can do it alone. Together we fight, and together we win. I thank you.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe,
and click on the bell for more updates.